So yeah, this is the first summer without an E3, first time since before its inception. It's very surreal. We do have the what's it called, the Summer of Gaming event, like later in the month, I believe, that runs all throughout summer. But normally now would be E3 time, or at least E3 time be ending. But Sony decided to have their reveal for the PlayStation 5, a whole event for it, about almost an hour and a half, and overall it was kind of subpar. Like, they do what they usually do and just usually show a bunch of trailers in a row and like only occasionally have people speak, which is fine. But I don't know. Like, I think they showed some stuff a little too early because a lot of stuff was still like pre-alpha or like just really early on. I feel like they should have just waited in some cases. But it's to build hype, so I guess I get it. I will say though that Sony's obsession with their own shapes is just ridiculous. The square, circle, triangle, and cross. It's just like way too much. I get it. It's part of your identity. It's part of the buttons. I get it. But it's just like every single second, every single intermission was just those fucking shapes. So it's a little annoying, but they did show off games, surprisingly. The first one actually was Marvel Spider-Man 2. And it's going to star Miles. Now, the idea of the next one of the games in Insomniac's Spider-Man games being Miles being the protagonist, I'm not against. In fact, I'm all for it. However, I do think it's a bit early. I don't think the direct sequel should have been Miles. Like, I know they were building it up in the last game and with the DLC, but I still think it's a little too early. It should have been focused on Peter and then maybe, like, little bits of playing as Miles, or, like, maybe Miles, like, you played towards the second half of the game or something like that. Or if you want his own game, it should have been like the third one in the third one in the series. I feel like it's a little too early for this to be the second one. That being said, I'm still excited because I know Miles has some different powers that they can definitely utilize to make the gameplay better. I do have a review on the first Marvel Spider-Man game. You can check that out. The next one, Gran Turismo. I don't care. It's another racing game. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It's a new Ratchet and Clank game, which does seem to use a lot of the assets from the most recent PS4 reboot game. So, which is why it didn't really look like the PS5 game. Kind of looks more like just a very advanced PS4 game. But I guess early PS5 is going to look like that for a while. It looks fine. I've never really been into Ratchet and Clank. Haven't really played them, but I haven't never really been too into it. Like, I see some things occasionally, but like, eh. The dimension hopping thing is cool for gameplay. But unless that was a scripted thing about you constantly hopping through dimensions in like 2 minutes, like you're in the middle of a battlefield and then you just jump into another battlefield in like 2 minutes, I don't know if PS5 could handle that. I think that might have been just scripted for this event. Otherwise, that'd be very unfocused and very crazy in a bad way. But the gameplay one where you kind of like just go around the level to like dodge things or just go past certain enemies or something like that's kind of cool. But we'll have to see how that is. Project Athia, I don't know. They didn't show off too much of it, and it was a Square Enix thing, I think. Unless I'm confusing with something else, I don't think I am. But it looked interesting. I kind of want to see more of it, but that was in pre-alpha, so that's definitely not going to be the case. Kind of want to see more, though. I originally thought it was going to be some kind of new Tomb Raider thing, but I'm stupid. It looked beautiful, I'll say that much. It looked really beautiful, but kind of want to see the gameplay. That's what I'm talking about, though. Like, it's in pre-alpha. And I get they're doing it to show, to get hype up, but I would have rather them waited until we get actual gameplay. Because that's the one thing, is that, like, for the longest time, like, all the trailers we've had for this past decade have been CG trailer, CG trailer, CG trailer, maybe occasionally a gameplay trailer for certain companies if they have the gameplay for it, but it's always CG, CG, CG. Now it seems like they're going to show us gameplay trailers with very little to no gameplay, or the gameplay is just intercut where you can't really tell what's going on. It's like, if you're going to give us gameplay trailers more often, that's fine, but give us gameplay trailers, not cinematic gameplay. Cinematic looking gameplay trailers are like, I know you gotta build up hype and do the big set pieces and everything, but even like for simpler games, it's like, wait till you have the gameplay. But whatever. Then you had a game called Stray, which is a very cyberpunk cat game. Like, I'm guessing he plays a stray cat, but even like all the inhabitants are robotic and they all have like square heads and like they all meow, like they all have like TVs for heads, so the antennas are like ears, and then like they have like cat-like faces on their screens and they kind of meow. Don't know what the gameplay could be. I guess it's just maybe a platformer. I guess I have no idea, but I like Cyberpunk. Probably not gonna play it, but it looked cool. Oh god, okay. The next one was Returnal, which is not as clever as the names you think it is. It's almost as bad as the name as Revengeance. Revenge with Vengeance, Returnal, returning eternally. That is not clever. So the gameplay looked interesting. The concept, not so much. Like, the gameplay looked like, a third-person shooter, but like, it's like you take your average third-person shooter character and put them in a fucking Devil May Cry game. Not like Devil May Cry shooting a Devil May Cry game. Take your normal military shooter and put them in a Devil May Cry game. That's how that gameplay looked, so it could be pretty cool. Like, there were some elements of actual just shmup in there without actually being a shmup, like third-person shooter shmup, which is cool. The gameplay stuff looked interesting, and the world looked really varied and kind of looked like something out of Souls, which we'll get to that in a while. But the concept was, I'm someone who can't escape this planet, and every time I die, I keep coming back, and it changes me. Although they did tease that it could actually somehow really change things if you die. I don't know how. That could be interesting. But, yeah, the whole, I'm dying over and over again. It's not a unique concept. Like, not even talking about Souls at all, just a whole Groundhog Day loop is not unique. So stop making like it is unique unless it somehow affects the gameplay in some way. Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Kind of just Super Mario 3D World, but Sackboy. That's kind of all it was. Yeah, they kind of looks like they took out the customization, but it might be more focused platformer, hopefully less floaty. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it'd be cute. I never was a big person for a Little Big Planet, but, whatever. Destruction All-Stars. Now, PlayStation having a game with the name All-Stars in it probably shouldn't be a good idea, but anyway, Destruction All-Stars, I was interested until I saw it was just a freaking car-based game. Like a Twisted Metal car-based destruction game. It's like, oh, alright, sure, whatever. Kena or Kenna, I forgot her name, how to pronounce it. Bridge of Spirits. We're getting to the point where games, in-game graphics are starting to look like CG Hollywood movies, which is great in terms of visuals, because this looked like a fucking fantasy Pixar film, and that's great. And the fact that the staff is so versatile, it could be a melee thing, it could be a ranged thing, it could do actual magic, it's so cool. I don't know what it's about, but I will be keeping my eye on it. Goodbye Volcano High. Saw absolutely no gameplay. It looked like some kind of modern Flash animation miniseries or something like that. And it kind of just seems like another pretentious teen coming-of-age story just with animals and humanoid animals. I have no idea what it could be. Let's hope it's not pretentious, although it kind of seemed like it was going to be. But I have no thoughts on it because they showed no gameplay. I think it was just only cutscenes, or if the whole thing is like more of a, not a visual novel, more of a just like Walking Dead and Life is Strange, like the more like those kind of games, or anything by Quantic Dreams. I don't know what to categorize them as. Narrative games, there you go, narrative-based games. It might be that. I feel like they're probably going to be easier to program and draw, but who knows. A new Oddworld game, Oddworld Soulstorm. I don't know much about Oddworld. I know, I think it was a late PS1 game, I believe. I always thought it was more of this, while the world was kind of dark, I always thought it was more of this, really silly kind of game, but I guess, unless they changed it, this one looks pretty dark, so I don't know what that's about, but I'm just surprised how they didn't, transition fully into, it's always been 2.5D to my knowledge, and they don't have a full 3D one to my knowledge. I could be wrong on that. But the fact that even in this day and age, they are keeping to the whole 2.5D aspect of it is pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to buy it, but yeah. Ghostwire Tokyo, they showed gameplay, and it being in first person is very jarring, not what I expected, and it kind of did turn me off, but when I saw that the gameplay, it's like, not only is there not a single gun in sight for you to have, the powers you have are pretty interesting. I didn't expect that. The world looks so interesting, and everything about it is interesting. I just didn't like that it was in first person, but I might give it a shot. I'm just not one for first person games, so let's hope it impresses. The next one, I couldn't even tell what the hell the title was. The subtitle was The Far Shore, but the actual title, was it Jet? I couldn't tell what the hell it said. And I don't really even know what it was about. Yeah, I don't have any thoughts on it. So they showed Godfall gameplay finally. Like, there was a bit of, not a leak, but they did show, like, a little snippet clip, when it was first revealed at the Game Awards. Like, on the website, they showed the gameplay. And, like, I'm still interested in it, but the animations for the combat look really stiff. Maybe it's still early in development. I don't know. I don't think so, because it's going to be coming out this holiday. I don't know. I will keep my eye on it, but I'm not sure. But yeah, Godfall might be a Gearbox game I purchase. I'm not entirely sure, though, because it's Gearbox. I hope it's not required online, even if they're single player. Solar Ash. I believe that was the game made by, or produced by, or whatever, the Hyperlight Drifter developers. Didn't really see much of it, but God, that aesthetic. Oh, just, mwah. Oh, it's so good. Don't have much to say about it, other than the fact that it looks really beautiful, and I love the character designs. Don't know what the gameplay's gonna be. I'm hoping it's a hack and slash to an extent, or just like a 3D version of Hyperlight Drifter. Hitman 3 was Hitman 3, whatever. Little Devil Inside. I don't know if it's supposed to be like through this man's body, like he has some kind of interior manifestation of himself, younger or older, whatever, some kind of adventure, or if it's actually two different people, one's staying at home all comfy, one's going out in the wild. I don't know. But it looked cute, which is something I don't usually say too much, but it looked cute, but also really cool at the same time, like kind of badass, even with that art style, which is something I wasn't too fond of, but it could be cool. Also, that adventure looks a little too much like Guts, and it's not just me being the Berserk fan. Like, look at the armor, look at his scarf, look at his hair. Kind of looks like Guts. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but yeah. But yeah, Little Devil Inside, I'm gonna, keep my eye on that. NBA, basketball, whatever. Bug Snacks. It's a game where you eat bugs that are made out of snacks, and you turn into snacks by eating them, and you can customize how you look, I'm guessing, by how you eat them. Yeah, that seems crazy. I don't know if I'll get it. That seems kind of crazy, though. But, yeah. That's a thing. The Demon's Souls remaster. We've been hearing rumors about that for a while. And I know I've been wanting to play Demon's Souls. I just never bothered to get the original. Because I knew of Dark Souls and everything, but I didn't jump on myself until Bloodborne. And I know Demon's Souls is a lot closer mechanic-wise to Bloodborne than Dark Souls. I know a friend of mine, she's not too fond of the remaster of how it looks. She says it looks a little too glossy and cartoony compared to how it looked on PS3. I didn't see that, but I'll take her word for it. But I'm probably still going to get it anyway, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some gameplay fixes that'd be nice, hopefully. But yeah, Demon's Souls remaster. This is what I was talking about before, Souls game. Demon's Souls is getting a full-on remaster. Now that Dark Souls has gotten popular and everything, now Demon's Souls can get its recognition. That's cool. And I'm surprised it's on PS5, not PS4. Maybe it could be on both, who knows. But yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Deathloop, that was the game they showed, at last E3, where it was just these two assassins trying to kill each other, and it looks a lot like Dishonored gameplay-wise, but it's two assassins trying to kill each other, I guess. Yeah. Resident Evil 8, now, I actually guessed it was Resident Evil 8 beforehand, believe it or not. I'm like, this seems like a Resident Evil game, but also doesn't. And it's like Resident Evil Village. VIII. 3 I's, right? Yeah, VIII is 8. Yeah, so, yeah, the L's, they made the L, whatever, you can watch the trailer. Yeah, it seems out there, you seem to be jumping through time periods in a weird way, which could be cool, but, wow, this is way out there for Resident Evil. And they showed Chris again, and a closer design to how he's supposed to look, still with the wrong voice, though, but yeah, Resident Evil. That's pretty cool, I guess. Happy for all the Resident Evil fans out there, because it did look kind of interesting. Pragmata. Don't know what it was. You could tell it was a Japanese game by just the way it looked, but I didn't know if it was a Kojima game or not. And you wouldn't know unless you looked at the last couple seconds of the trailer when the bottom it says Capcom. I'm like, Capcom? I have no idea what this could be. I have no idea. This was actually a CG trailer. There's no gameplay. I have no idea. It could be could be not cool. I don't know. I'll probably have to look up what the word pragmata means, see if that can help with the figuring out what the game's about. But I'm gonna keep my eye on that. And the last official game they showed was Horizon Forbidden West, the Horizon sequel. I originally had interest in playing Zero Dawn, but then something about it just lost me. And I heard it's a good game. I just never played it. And this one does look pretty, very pretty. Still probably not gonna play it though. I'm not sure. And the very last thing they showed was the actual PS5, which, oh boy, that design, whew, that is not the best. It's not awful, but it kind of looks like Sauron's tower, like, you know, Sauron's eye, just without the eye. Ooh, boy. I like how they gave us an actual media remote, so you don't have to worry about using the controller for that. And I don't mind the white, but that design. The fact that you can't lay it down is going to be a problem, too. I don't like that design, and I don't think they have enough time to change it. Because I know, like, when the PS3 was first shown, they had the boomerang controller, and with enough outcry, they changed it before launch to something looking more like the PS2 controller. I don't think they have the time to do that now. I think this is what we're getting for both controller and the console. It doesn't look the best, but I'm gonna get it at some point. Don't know when, but at some point. Yeah, so that was the overall conference. They had some interjections of people, too much of their own symbols, and too much teasing of gameplay. And I get why they do that, it's just for hype, but I'd rather they just show us gameplay trailers, full-on gameplay trailers, last few minutes than just, like, a whole minute of, like, really fast cuts of gameplay, but it was fine. I wouldn't say it's a bad start to this whole non-E3 season. It could have been better. I guess we'll see what everyone else does. I know for me, like, so my most anticipated things I saw for this was Spider-Man, Project Athia, Kenna, Ghostwire Tokyo, maybe Godfall, Solar Ash, Little Devil Inside, the Demon Souls Remaster, and Pragmata. Those were the ones for me. I'll probably keep an eye on those, which is a lot now that I think about it. Yeah, that was the PS5 reveal event. And it was fine, but we'll have to wait and see what the next ones are like, I suppose. Let's hope they're kind of better.